I can vividly remember anticipating Red Dead Redemption. The idea to live out a Western fantasy was a dream. I got so hyped during the lead up, and well, I pretty much saw every Western ever made. To say that I was excited is a massive understatement. I even made a fan trailer that gained tens of thousands of views. It was just a good time. Now, nearly a decade later, I get the game I saw in my head while waiting for Red Dead Redemption. While the first was a brilliant open world western, it did lack features I was expecting, such as camping and the ability to feel as if I was truly living in the Old West. Now, after countless hours of exploring, grooming my horse, camping, engaging in duels, horse chases, train robberies, and so much more, all I can say is, whoa. Think of a Western cliche, and it is in the game. The game's opening, thankfully, has a much faster pace than the original. You're thrust into a pretty epic gunfight less than 10 minutes in. For the next 2 hours, you'll be on a mostly linear adventure before the game truly opens up. The prologue is a great entry point to the game. It is exciting and will teach you the basics, but that is only the tip of the iceberg. Once you are in the game proper, you're going to be awestruck at the immense beauty, scale, and sense of being in an authentic, living, breathing world. You could easily describe this as the ultimate Western role-playing experience. Walk into stores and you'll be able to buy items off of shelves, set up camp to cook food, store weapons and clothes on your horse, kill an animal, and you're going to see the most detailed and realistic skinning animation to date. There is no detail denied in what is Rockstar's most impressive game by a long shot. These survival elements really help to immerse you into the world. Though they're never forced upon you like so many other games. Rather, they offer useful benefits that are both logical and extremely helpful. For example, you're going to need to brush or bathe your horse in large sources of water to keep it healthy. You'll also need to feed it, and after it is fed, it does what most of us do, but we rarely see in games. You also bond with your horse to level it up, which will unlock new abilities such as rearing and skidding to stop. Another immersive touch is that your horse will only hear you calling it if it's in a decent proximity. Otherwise, you're going to have to huff it. Now, what would a Western be without visceral gunfights? Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 improves upon an already solid foundation with better environmental effects, AI, and some impressive weapon handling mechanics. Something that wowed me is that firearms that would normally require cocking before a shot in real life need to be cocked before you can fire in the game. You either pull the fire button or aim button to cock your rifle, pistol, or shotgun. This is an insanely cool feature that does take a bit of time to master, but once you do, it becomes one of the most cinematic features you'll use in a game. Other than the game's slick new mechanics, combat features solid aiming and hit detection, along with some very spirited animations. The game, much like GTA 5, can be played in both third and first person. Red Dead Redemption 2 does feel even better in first person than GTA 5, thanks to being built with it in mind. What makes it spectacular, though, is not its action, or even the game's incredible story. It is the fact that not only do you truly live in this world, but there is so much more to do than the game's well-written and enthralling story. You're going to rescue strangers from bandits, or rob them, help those under heavy objects, and provide medicine in the nick of time. These objectives are simple, but it is the performances along with the brilliant integration that sells these activities. You'll also have your normal bounty missions, and also grand and not so grand robberies, and this will all tie into the game's honor system. Depending on how you play, your ending and the way other characters will treat you will be very different. This is one exquisitely executed morality system with actual consequences. The game's story will last you anywhere from 40 to 60 hours, and much like the entire game, it is Rockstar's best effort yet. This is a prequel, which means you will be seeing a lot of familiar faces. However, I was shocked at just how good the story is. There is fan service and the things you would expect in a prequel. Yet the execution is so sincere and passionate that it never felt patronizing or forced. I also really appreciated the attention to Native Americans and their history. I also loved that the story did not shy away from slavery like the first did. This game truly left no stone unturned. Weapon customization and a wide clothing selection as seen in GTA 5 are present, and really help to personalize the experience. So long as the Western or open world themes are appealing, you are going to find a near perfect experience. It is also one that you need to play to truly understand the beauty of its incredible immersion. I could mention that the game does have some collision detection issues in rocky terrain, but I am fairly certain it will be patched before most even see this review. I never had a drop in frame rate, crash, or any issue that would cause frustration. If you're on the fence, there is no reason to be. This year has seen a few immaculate games, and this is without a doubt the cream of the crop.
Goddamn idiots. Should've let me cross.